All right, hello there. Welcome to ChartChase by Antoine Howard. This is yours truly, Antoine Howard. We're going to take a quick look at a couple of charts here and kind of gauge where we are in the markets. You can see I have two positions here that I'm going to be looking at. Right now, we're looking at internet computer per bit farms. We can see here this this position here, actually it went up about 20% today. We are resting around this kind of channel. We can see a double/triple dip that occurred here in this channel, and so this rising line here could be considered a support because we hung along on it and then dipped and then came back up and then came back up again. So we could see ourselves around 7.4 and just starting to rise as long as we stay in this channel. Of course, that's a very linear thing. Even though we're on a logarithmic chart, you can see that there really isn't much else of a pattern going on here. You can argue that this would be a head and shoulders pattern that broke down, and if that broke down, we can retest this entire head and shoulders pattern up here because it broke down right here. And it clearly decided to break down at this point right here, so it did. We can always retest that again and see some kind of rapid rise of the internet computer price, which is 100% from here with respect to bit farms. Bit farms sold off today, so I was actually expecting both to perform very well because of how Bitcoin recently hit its all-time high of $72,000. And let's just drag a line here to see where the actual resistance is. And the actual resistance seems to be 87,000. So around 87,000, maybe we'll get some kind of a retrace and end up coming back down to about 55,000 or something. We really do, like, it's really like up to the races. Bitcoin, honestly, I told you around this region here, this is where it decided it was gonna run, and it's running, and it's still gonna run until maybe we get around this 87,000 mark or something. But as we saw within the last few days, it has just been incredibly strong, approaching the all-time high of $69,000. And it's just look at it. It's completely strong. Like, it has a little bit more to go before it does get into that that irrational part. But anyways, back to this. So as we can see, we have plenty of space here for that. Also, keep in mind that gold is also running. Gold is also at an all-time high, but we aren't really talking about that nearly as much as we're talking about Bitcoin. Gold is well in the all-time high territory. All right, so I want people to pay attention to this because gold is the real money at the end of the day. This Bitcoin thing is cool and all, but the internet can go down and you'll still have gold, you'll still have silver, you'll still have commodities, you'll still have real metals, and you will still have, of course, you'll have a legal system and you'll still have digital infrastructure, sure, and you'll still have the principles of electricity. But remember, there's always something to fall back on at the end of the day, something with intrinsic value that was made to be money. And Bitcoin and gold are both that kind of stuff. So of course, gold is going to run. I think it's going to run in the background while cryptocurrency has its day. And whenever this Bitcoin thing comes off its high horse, then you're going to see the precious metals absolutely go to the fucking moon, like, period. Because it's cool and all saying, hey, Bitcoin and then everything else is a scam or whatever. The idea of virtual value is something that is just untested for all of human history, because at the end of the day, you have digital infrastructures, and that is what the value is, but you also have force. You have physical force, and that is the thing that Bitcoin will never be able to do, that a legal system will never be able to do. And having a legal ownership in something is also something that isn't just straight up the metal itself, the element on the periodic table. So let's take a look at silver. Look at how nice this cup and handle formation is for silver. We can expect a new all-time high in silver as well coming in the next, maybe a year, a couple of years out here, just based on the shape of the cup. It's a really clean, really nice coming out and forming. This movement here during COVID was artificial, so I don't want to think too much of that. But we did, after the COVID thing, rest, and we can hit this around 25, 26, just an all-time high in silver, which is about $50, which is about 100% from here. Now, in the meantime, you have what we have right here, one of my positions, which is ICP, which is definitely going to run, in my opinion, heavier than any precious metal could because of just how it is. So let's just take a look at it. Let's go ahead. Let's minimize this, and let's see. Because remember how when I told you that Bitcoin at this point right here kind of showed a very high tension, as you just kind of trace it, brace for impact around this point, and then just right. So internet computer, we've been sitting here for well about a month. This whole region of 13, 14 bucks. We just recently spiked up to a local all-time high that goes way back since April 22, and that is the bullish confirmation that this thing's ready to run alongside Bitcoin. We have this beautiful channel here that I've set up that we've been working with for a while, and we can see that this area right here is kind of like the same Bitcoin like brace for the move type energy. So we can see just how high tension it is right here, super high tension, and we had our pop up, and now we're down, and now we're comfortably in all-time high territory. Bitcoin has been confirmed with the ETFs with the all-time high. There's no reason alts should not run. There's also no reason that the Bitcoin mining companies also shouldn't run, but that's neither here nor there. Here we have this beautiful, powerful movement, and we are ready for the next leg up, which could bring us up to about $100 if this thing was fully powerful. And then we have the Bitcoin retracement. It could rest us down to $50 or $70 or whatever. And ultimately, I think if this thing were to give all of its energy, then we could see a doubling of even this, which would be absolutely crazy, or maybe a 50% of that, up to $300, something like that. And honestly, if that were to happen, then you can just count me out the game. At that point, I'd have to take a couple of years to consolidate. But this is what we're looking at. This is the main one, the purple. And we have short-term resistance back into the channel at about $30, which is again is 100% move. We can come back down and then rise up to $90. And it really is just clean cut. Like this is just what it is for internet computer now. HIVE blockchain, why is it selling off right here? I have no idea. We have positive earnings. We have the halving in the future. We have the recent all-time high of cryptocurrency. This thing sold off hard today. It sold off hard today along with Bitfarms. Bitfarms sold off just a little bit more. We actually I can't tell you why we sold off, because this doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense that a Bitcoin mining company, when Bitcoin's at its all-time high, would sell off, other than to sell the news event that Bitcoin hits all-time high. But if that were the case, Bitcoin itself would sell off. This thing's up 5% to 4.5% to 5% today. And of course, alts are running hard as well. So really, it is all about like, well, what's actually going on? Why are these things selling off? Because like here, it makes very little sense that something that is kind of like a gold mining versus gold, that you would think that they would chase each other. Gold mining companies would be a little bit of kind of a leverage position, but that didn't happen. So so with that, we're just going to wrap up. We're going to have interesting discussion about why this. Look at it. Like, you would not expect something for the underlying asset to have this kind of abysmal performance. It makes no sense. I think honestly, if we see good performance tomorrow, then it all would make sense. Maybe we're just going down to retest something, even though we don't need to retest anything, except for this idea when we fell on earnings, maybe like 279, 280, or at least reaffirm 3. But this right here is just, it doesn't make any sense in my opinion. So maybe the market will reverse tomorrow or so, but whatever. So if you have any, oh yeah, let's take a look also at this. This is really nice, ICP per Bitcoin before I head out. ICP per Bitcoin is also turning around. We are at the 50% retracement in terms of Bitcoin. So as you can see, we had plenty of retest of this 50% level, and it seems to be reversing. I'm not sure how long this reversal is going to happen, but we are basically really nice and comfortable here. A nice higher high setup right here, and then you can kind of see where we were really getting the tension is in this part. Now I'm not sure if we'll go all the way up to this level here. That would be pretty darn epic. Come April, this thing just decides to rise 3 times in terms of Bitcoin. Definitely something. But yeah, here we have this specific zone right here. This is a higher high that you can see. So you can see that higher high right here. Definitely going to try and attempt higher highs later. And you can also see real quick, I want to say like right here is a point where the support turned to resistance. So this also is something, and so you can kind of see that we have a channel set up right here. Straight line channel, straight shot. We're severely in the undervalued area of this, but let's go ahead and draw another line just for parallel sake. See if there's any patterns in there, and then one more. Maybe we can find something. Keep in mind that this isn't really mathematically equivalent, having these things go down like that, maybe like that. So here we go. This actually does kind of make sense. We fell into the ultra undervalued range according to all of these lines, where this top line is kind of like the hype resistance. This is the hope resistance. This is the regular price resistance, and then this is just the undervalued resistance. So we're in the super undervalued range, then we'll go undervalued up here, and then normally valued. So normally valued would be right about here, about 100% up, and a little bit higher value would be right here, and then the super ultra overvalue would be right here. Of course, in the cryptocurrency, this thing can just swoop like that within a couple of weeks. And I welcome that personally, but I'm not really in it to hold this for a couple of weeks. So Internet Computer, it has a lot of working products. The products work very well, and they suit their purpose. It has a very excellent environment. I love ICP. I love the security of ICP. I love the fact that you can kind of replace your life with ICP. And right now I see a lot of companies getting into monetizing via ICP on the ICP platform. So if companies can do that and survive with the ICP currency, they can make money. They can have, theoretically, they can last forever on the ICP blockchain, because remember, there are going to be a lot of apps that are made in ICP, but if they can't afford the canisters, they can't afford the cycles, then away goes their app. So, and you can only fund so much with currency. Imagine if cryptocurrency and debt currency really did diverge, cryptocurrency takes over, and now you can't fund with ICP. So you have to farm ICP either with the mining of it, running your own canister of it, or produce a service on it that actually generates ICP, something that people are willing to give up their Internet Computer Protocol tokens for. So that is for the business owners to decide. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'm out of here. Peace out.